Here in our main auditorium for assignment 1, we have Alex Snyder. He's going to read for us Isaiah chapter 6, verses 1 through 13.
In the year that King Uzziah died, I, however, got to see Jehovah sitting on a throne, lofty and lifted up, and his skirts were filling the temple. Seraphs were standing above him. Each one had 6 wings. With 2 he kept his face covered, and with 2 he kept his feet covered, and with 2 he would fly about. And this one called to that one and said, Holy, holy, holy is Jehovah of armies. The fullness of all the earth is his glory. And the pivots of the threshold began to quiver at the voice of the one calling, and the house itself gradually filled with smoke. And I proceeded to say, Woe to me, for I am as good as brought to silence, because a man unclean in lips I am, and in among a people unclean in lips I am dwelling. For my eyes have seen the King, Jehovah of armies himself. At that, one of the seraphs flew to me, and in his hand there was a glowing coal that he had taken with tongs off the altar. And he proceeded to touch my mouth and to say, Look, this has touched your lips, and your error has departed, and your sin itself is atoned for. And I began to hear the voice of Jehovah saying, Whom shall I send, and who will go for us? And I proceeded to say, Here I am, send me. And he went on to say, Go, and you must say to this people, Hear again and again, O men, but do not understand, and see again and again, but do not get any knowledge. Make the heart of this people unreceptive, and make their very ears unresponsive, and paste their very eyes together, that they may not see with their eyes, and with their ears they may not hear, and that their own heart may not understand, and that they may not actually turn back and get healing for themselves. At this I said, How long, O Jehovah? Then he said, Until the cities actually crash in ruins to be without an inhabitant, and the houses be without earthly man, and the ground itself is ruined into a desolation. And Jehovah actually removes earthly men far away, and the deserted condition does become very extensive in the midst of the land. And there will still be in it a tenth, and it must again become something for burning down, like a big tree, and like a massive tree in which, when there is a cutting down of them, there is a stump. A holy seed will be the stump of it.
Thank you very much, Alex, for your reading. That was very well done. Your inflection came through, your emphasis. It's clear that you continue to listen to the readings. I just happen to have inside information. You do it every night. You did very well taking on the different roles, and that's not even what you were working on. You were working on study number 3, correct pronunciation. And what's brought out on page 89, it says, what do you need to do? Well, this seems simple enough. Say individual words correctly. But then it's not so simple because it involves using the right sounds to vocalize words. Also stressing the right syllable. And we'll leave it at that. That can be very difficult, especially when you're reading something out of the Hebrew Scriptures, but I think you did very well. If you look also on page 90, there's maybe the second paragraph starts with acceptable pronunciation. That last sentence really brings out the main point. It says, as Jehovah's Witnesses, we want to speak in a manner that dignifies the message we preach and will be readily understood by people in our area. So there's sort of a balance there, as is highlighted throughout this whole study. And your balance was right on, so thank you so much.